probably put that in the community, even though those community notes are really hard to find. Hey, Andrea, how are you?
Good morning, Andrea.
And so, Deb and I had a conversation this morning. We started out talking about, well, we didn't start up, we talked about some other things, but we started talking about how our sewing rooms are just jam packed because I purchased another piece of furniture for my sewing room. The free motion Zoom is from 1 to 3, and that's Eastern time. Good morning, Joyce. And hi, Melissa. How are you? It's 1 to 3. And so we are going to learn how to free motion quilt. Some people, I hope, will teach me how to do it better. So we're going to just learn from each other and do some free motion quilting. Really easy. Good morning, Melanie. So that is that. How's your channel doing, Deb?
I'm
When are
over
we going,
200.
when are we going live? When are we going to start doing
I don't
live?
know about that.
Mona has
I
off.
thought about it the other day, but I didn't have my clothes on, and
Oh no.
I mean, I was in my nightgown. I'm always in my nightgown, but I'm like, because I was gonna go live and finish sewing on this cake pop. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to go get dressed. And
You were learning.
because YouTube has been very quiet lately.
It has been. Everybody's winding down for the summer, getting those last minute
So that's
vacations
why I
in.
was going to go live. And then what did I do? Well, I sewed a couple rows together, but
Mm-hmm.
then I cleaned up over here. I stacked my books back behind me here because I don't have any shelves here to put books on. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
asking for shelves because I have books shoved in this cubby hole. I have books shoved into this cubby hole. I have them laying behind me. I have them everywhere.
I don't have as many
I
books as
even
you do.
thought about start. I I even thought about starting this, and I'm like, well, no, I don't want to do that
Good morning,
because
Marie.
Lisa's busy. I thought about doing some uh, quilting on the quilts
Christmas?
for the grandkids. The
Oh,
grandkids.
okay. Well, I finished that top of the quilt and you can't, it's kind of hanging right up there. I finished the top of the quilt and that it's going to be a charity quilt. It's just going to hang until I have a few put together and then I'll just free motion quilt or I'll quilt a whole bunch of them at once and get them ready for next year for some charity projects. And I just finished a hobo bag because I'm learning to sew bags. Um, and then I'll be doing that free motion quilting, and then I'll start another project. I just haven't decided what project to start yet.
Well, this
There's
one is supposed to be a smaller bag. Finished size 9-inch wide, 6-inch high, and 2.5 inches deep. So this is a smaller bag. That's why I was going to start with a smaller one. I
well,
mean, I may.
if you leave the handles off, it's a wallet. I mean, it's a wallet.
I just needed a small bag for when I go to like the doctor's office. I need to
Mhm.
carry my phone. I have to carry my reader for uh, Libre. My Libre. God, I couldn't think what it was called.
Zaza, I have drawers and tubs, bought this new furniture. I there is no place for me to shove anything else, and I keep buying fabric, and yet I don't have an empty house downstairs, Mike.
I don't
I
either.
I'm kinda stuck where I'm at, so I've shoved every piece, and my living room is getting smaller. I
My
have this.
my downstairs is overflowing
Mhm.
because I've been shoving stuff down there.
Well, I have a ranch, so my ranch, there's just one level, and it just moves from room to room to room, and when the kids are here, I have to make sure that nothing is in their way because they'll tear it up. They're a little vicious. They're like dogs.
No, they're worse than dogs.
Oh, I'll tell you what. So we have Mike, we have the attic, and now we have the empty house downstairs. We all need a Becca sewing room. I think that's what we need. We need a Becca space. Yeah, Zaza. It's just, it is. Oh, when I was moving stuff around yesterday and I just kept pulling out fabric and pulling out fabric. And I'm like, when did I buy all this fabric? When?
Well,
When?
I started sewing in my kitchen. My kitchen and my dining room table, they're all together.
Mm-hmm.
But I put the leaf in the table so it was bigger, And I started out sewing there. But I still have stuff on the kitchen table, even after I've moved into this room, because I don't have room in this room to put it. I can't put a whole lot underneath my desk here because Honey's in here with me all the time.
Right.
And she still likes to chew.
Mm-hmm.
The purse that I did have that I really liked
Mm-hmm.
chewed it up. And thank
Hmm.
God I had all my stuff in the purse in a separate little bag. So I pulled that bag out and I'm like, well, here you go. And I gave it back to her.
Mike said that he lives like an Oreo filling in the middle. So he is he is his cookies are his fabric. The cookie bar is the fabric.
Yeah, I would fill it too if I could, Mike.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that, Andrew. I am not a big fan of boutiques. There are some boutiques that I like, and some boutiques that are just, a lot of people like boutiques, but I think the material is really thin and
Mike, Honey likes fabric. If I drop one little piece, it could just be a little inch piece. Joom, she's got it.
I think Honey is jealous. I think Honey is jealous of the fabric.
Oh, I don't know, but she loves fabric.
See,
Anything
so
that falls on the floor, she's right there and she takes off with it.
oh, Joyce, I have to open my boxes so I can incorporate them into my stash because I have to have a reason to buy more. If I have unopened boxes, my husband's going to say, "Look, you didn't even open that. You didn't even open that." So,
Joyce, I still have I think
no
6
cherry
more
wood on.
snow sampler boxes on my kitchen table
Mhm.
that I never got in here.
I've got a big old notion drawer, just full of notions and those
This
Scrabble tiles that I bought.
the left side the left side over here,
Mhm.
the top drawer is thread.
Mhm.
Second drawer is scissors, and it's full.
Mhm.
And then everything else is everything else.
Mike has a notion room. No, I have a tub of thread, and then but I have a drawer full of notions, and most of it came from the Sew Sampler box. Some of it I've given away, but and I don't have room for shelves. I am unless I kick my husband out of the bedroom or something and just take over that room.
Good
Hey
morning,
Jess, good
Jess.
morning. And just take over that room. I don't know
Melanie, I
what.
was just telling Lisa I need some shelves in here because I have books shoved into this cubby hole, books shoved into this cubby hole, and I have a pile of books right here behind me on this white table. I'm overgrown with books. And I
So
can't look through them because I can't get to them.
yes, go vertical, Deb. You have to go but I'm thinking that I need someone to develop some type of pull down system from the ceiling where you can pull it down, get what you want, push it back up, and it holds the weight.
Yes.
And then I could store fabric there, and I'm short, so they have to have some kind of pull. But
Uh-huh.
it just has to be a couple of rungs where I can use it against the walls, not in the middle, but against the wall. And somebody just needs to develop that. They need to engineer that so I can just pull it down.
I have been thinking of putting something, attaching it to the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
just pulling it down, getting
Mm-hmm.
at what I need, and pushing it back up. Because I need more room to store stuff.
So
And I don't have a big stash or anything.
kind of like that. So just I saw those things where they have the rungs where you can put those tubs. But fabric is heavy, so I don't think I would wanna take the tubs off the ceiling and it
Yes,
fall
Jess,
on
that's
me.
where I seen it.
But I would like something that pulls down and pushes back up with a pneumatic system.
Yeah.
A pneumatic
Like the
system where
well, like the kitchen drawers where you just start to shove them and they
right.
close themselves. Yeah.
Right. So something that and it can be open, you can see it,
Yeah.
so you know what's up there, but you can pull it down and then just with a touch, it just kind of goes back up.
Yep.
Y'all need to invent that for me. Hey, Leanna. Wait, yeah, so somebody needs to invent that. Lisa wants pneumatics. Yes, yes. And then people will come in my house and say, what's that on your ceiling? What's that for? But no, I'm thinking that if there was something where you could go and utilize that empty space up on your ceiling, that would be good. Um, and then I could buy even more. Hey, Rob. And then I could buy even more fabric. So, all you smart people out there, you start going ahead and developing that, and I will be one of your first customers. Like a dry cleaner clothes spinner. Yes. Except I don't know what one of those things look like. I just don't know what that looks like.
I guess I wanted to be sure and say good morning to Leanna. I put it in there twice.
I know this chat is actually about sewing this morning. Well, I think it's just because we had that Deb and I had that conversation about my table. So I actually have a place for my featherweight now. And if I wanted to, I could actually sew on that table on my featherweight. I didn't even think about that. I could actually, because it has those leaves, I could actually sew on my featherweight. Or,
I don't
you
know,
know,
Rob. You only have one eye open?
Mike, you probably can't see it because some people are on Deb's channel.
Yeah, I'm streaming
So
to mine.
So Deb is going to have, hey Tessa. So Deb, you're going to have to read the people that come on your channel. Oh, we're
I
just going
don't
to have
know
to,
who's
we're,
there.
we're going to have to read. It has a little, like, I think Leanna is on your channel because it has a little security lock. It has like a little link lock.
I don't see that.
Good morning, Rita. Yeah, we're trying to give Deb some watch hours and encourage her to go live on Fridays because Mike and I are bored on Fridays. There's nobody live on Fridays in the morning. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
she keeps trying.
yeah, so it you just can't really see it. But if anybody wants to come up, I'll throw my link in there. Again. Yeah, Fridays are a little boring because my day, good morning, Sharon, because my day is winding down and I'm looking for content. And Mona used to be, didn't Mona used to be on Fridays?
Yeah, she
And
still is every other Friday.
no, she Zooms every other Friday.
Yeah,
No, but she's not live every Friday
no, every other.
like, like she used to be. So there's no Friday content.
There isn't
Well,
a whole lot of content any morning except the weekend.
mm-hmm. Except for Leanna. Leanna goes live a lot in the morning.
Good morning to Sharon.
Leanna goes on live, so you can watch Leanna's live.
I do go
Or
to her
she's just
because I'm her moderator.
Jess, you would do wonderful in live. I've been watching you on Donna's, and you do very, very well. So you would do absolutely wonderful on live. I have it streaming now from Dead's channel too. So I guess Rita is
Yep,
watching.
Rita's on mine.
Yeah,
Good
just
morning, Rita.
trying to give Deb some watch hours. I'm waiting
She's
for my
really trying to
computer.
get me into this YouTube stuff.
Oh, Rob, it got zapped by lightning. Oh no. Oh no. That's expensive too to get it replaced for the computer and TV. One
Oh,
day,
Rita's being really sneaky. She's on both channels.
that's good though. Then she can see the chat on both sides.
I have both channels up too, so I have both channels and I have StreamYard.
I don't have I don't have both channels on. I should do that so I could give you watch hours too and give
Well,
you a thumbs
I
up.
have mine on my phone, and then I have you on the computer, and I have Streamlab on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Not Streamlab, StreamYard. Too many different names.
Zaza, you have to open two tabs to and start YouTube on both tabs to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah. I could put mine up there on the computer too. I was looking for it on my phone. That's why it
Mhm.
went there. I guess I should turn on some light here, huh? Wah! No, blinded me. That was really blinded by the light.
I have nothing on my design wall, and I actually went out and purchased another. The one I have didn't stick very well, so I
No,
actually
that's the way with mine.
it doesn't
I
stick
got a
very
really
well.
nice one, and nothing sticks to it.
So I went out and bought the cheapo one, the cheapo table
Yeah.
cover, because it works better. And I guess that cheap, the cheap stuff sticks better.
Well,
You're
I'm
in
gonna
two
have to get
places
me
at
one
once too,
because
Mike.
I think I want two of them because I want to put one on top of this one, and then I want to put one back here over the closet.
Mm-hmm. I left this one and I actually have another one and I might do,
Oh, Mikey's getting fancy too. He's in two places.
you need to rough them up. I don't know what it is. That one that the first one I had was an expensive one.
Yes, mine
And
was too.
the expensive one, it doesn't matter what I do, the threads won't even stay
Uh-uh.
on.
Uh-uh.
So
I
I went
have
ahead
to
and
take
bought
I
that.
have to take straight pins and pin them.
Sharon, you guys are all so good. You guys, everybody's watching both chats now. Just cause for confusion.
Oh, that's good. See, I can see all the chat because I've got it up on StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you said that there's people on my channel, I'm like, I don't see what you're seeing here.
You use bamboo batting, Brenda? That's a good idea. Who's Fluffy? Who's Fluffy? Fluffy. I'm
Fluffy
over
is
here
Mike.
reading. I'm over reading the chat.
Fluffy is Mike.
Bye, Liana.
Bye, Leanna.
Oh, and I got the questions. Hold on a second. Well, I'm not going to show it to you because you guys will cheat. There's some people that will cheat, but I have the questions for our
The
trivia.
Hollywood Squares.
Yes, I have questions. I bought questions, and
Rob
it's
says
all
he's
about
all
it's all
ready
about
for you,
TV.
you know.
Huh?
Rob says he's all ready for it, you know.
Yes, I know. He's gonna have a new TV, a new computer. He'll have sound, but we're all gonna mute ourselves. No. Bamboo's supposed to be loving. Yeah, I like bamboo, but I didn't think about using it for batting. And the thing is, I have a window there, so it's not flush against the wall anyway. When I put it up, it has that little bit of puff to it. I know I got
Oh, I didn't
questions
see the window there.
and they're so good. They're so good. Hey, Joe. I was watching Joe. She had a chicken. I think I was watching her chicken
Yes.
short.
Yes.
You need to win that 100,000. Bamboo batting is expensive. I
I
don't
made it.
understand why. I wouldn't. I don't understand why it would be expensive because bamboo is grass. It grows like grass. It's just they used to have bamboo all over here. People would do it for ornamental yard coverage, and then they all started having to kill it back because it just overtook the yards.
I made one more. I finished up that fat quarter. It's all gone.
Good for you, except now when I put it out on my community that's supposed to be anonymous, everybody will know it's yours.
Yeah, that's okay. They don't know what else I did with that fat quarter, though.
Did you really apply to be on Pressure Look? I love that. I used to love that show. Yeah, bamboo is good for quilt as you go. And I really like that thin thermobatting from Hobbs. It's really, really thin. So you can make thin quilts. It's really easy to free motion quilt on. It doesn't have a lot of puff, but it just adds enough of a layer if you're sending charity quilts to a really warm place. Oh, how exciting, Mike. I hope you make it. I'll have to get regular cable TV just to watch it when it comes out if you win, no whammies. Oh, you applied to be on Jeopardy too? Wow. But Mike, we're gonna have to talk about Jeopardy because you didn't do very well on trivia.
He's gonna have to go back to school.
Zaz is gonna have to train him. Zaza and Michelle's gonna have to coach him. Rob, you failed the dating game. Oh, you were a disaster.
I used to watch the dating game.
The dating game was funny. Funny.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Really funny. No school ever again. I go to school all the time. I have classes all the time. I one of the
Mike, get back here. I can't see.
oh, you guys are so funny. But Robville, Jeopardy, and the dating game. I don't think I would make it to Jeopardy. I don't think I can answer the
I don't
question.
think so either. I'm better than I used to be,
Mhm.
but there's so much of that stuff I have no clue, and I am not studying for that kind of stuff.
Well, I
I
freeze.
almost said the wrong word.
I have a brain freeze. You know how some people are very, very smart, and I'm not saying I'm very smart, but you know how people who are very smart, but when they test, their brain locks up to questions,
Mike says he's getting chat dizzy. I
You were
guess
almost.
I guess we're good because we got both chats on our StreamYard.
Mike, were you really almost on Big Brother? I mean, we have royalty in our midst.
Oh my
Royalty.
god.
Oh, but Rob excelled in shop till you drop. I would never be able. And
Sharon.
Wheel of Fortune, I would be one of those people that would just put a stupid answer up there. Sometimes you see them and it's like you buy all the vowels.
Well, no. I would go for all the money that I could possibly get.
Hmm.
Them people are afraid to spin that wheel. I would be spinning the wheel.
You almost won the lottery Friday. How many numbers were you off, Zaza? That is so funny. Oh, oh. And I guess Mona must be sleeping in. I think William was on last night. She must have been
Yeah, he
watching.
was.
Yeah, she asked me if I was on Soya last night, and I said no. I
No,
stayed away
I
from
went to
them.
bed. I
But
was up
William,
at I was up at 3 yesterday morning, so I
mhm.
went to bed. Um, what day? What day? Oh,
Mike,
I
you gotta be.
I would love to win the lottery, but you got to play it in order to win it, and I don't play it.
Mike, were you really? You turned it down? You could have been buying us all fabric right now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right, Melanie. If I won $1, I'd be having a good win.
My husband wins enough to buy one more ticket. He always gets one more ticket.
I'm gonna have to try the bamboo batting now.
Oh, bamboo batting. Um bamboo batting is really nice. I like the texture of it, and it's pretty easy to sew. It is pretty easy to sew. But so what else has been going on? I'm trying to think. It's like you guys said, it's been really quiet on the YouTube verse.
Yes, all
I,
week.
I missed Donnell and Michelle. I missed everybody's live. I was on the road yesterday. I would believe he would win more money at bingo. And if they play bingo in a town that's 30 minutes away, if I lived in that town, I would be playing some bingo. Get in and fight with the new people.
I like bingo.
Hmm.
I usually win at least one game.
Yeah, I like bingo. You know, there was a time I used to play on the base when we were in the military, and I actually slept a bingo and lost $5,000. I slept a number and I just couldn't believe it.
I've been
You can
working
win a
on
lot of
my
bingo
cake
here.
pop.
You said
I'm trying to find the piece that I put together.
Twister in the new drop. That's really pretty. I wish it didn't have as much negative space though. Yes, Zaza, and they are good at it. And if you call bingo accidentally, they will
Oh
fight
my
you.
gosh. They got their eye on you the rest of the night.
Hmm. Are you gonna do? Are you gonna do the? Well, yeah, you're gonna do it because you sew with Mona. So Mona has that butterflies that she's doing that free fat quarter.
I have it printed out.
You like the negative space? I did my cake pop, but I did it with a peachy color on the background, so it wasn't so white.
So did Jess.
I'm not really big into a lot of white background.
No.
Is Brenda
Jess
leaving?
Jess
Bye,
did it with the
Brenda.
peachy color too. Good night, Brenda.
But it looks really good with the colors that you have, and maybe that I couldn't envision it. I think that's what it was. I just could not envision it.
Oh, usually Brenda's going to bed. That's why I said good night. But she's going to fix something to eat. What are you making
It's
me, Brenda?
yeah, I'm
My
hungry.
breakfast too. Jess, I'm still not done with it. I got 2 more rows to still put on it.
Well, you know, mine was sewn, quilted, and it was given to So Yeah for their charity.
Before I even got the cutting done.
I cut it and sewed it in what, a weekend? So
Yeah. I'm like, girl, I don't even have it cut out yet.
well, I was looking at that pattern that you and Mona picked out, but there's a lot of extra fabric that goes into it.
I know. I
Besides,
started looking at it and I'm like, oh my God.
yeah, I thought it was just a layer cake and background, and
Yeah.
it is a layer cake background, some additional fabric for
Yeah.
sashing, and
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 extra yardages with the 10-inch squares.
Zaza, I'm not speedy. I just work on 1 or 2 things at a time. I don't
When
have a
she
lot of
starts
projects going
something,
on.
she has to get it done.
Yeah, I
Now,
don't want it
me,
sitting
look at me. I'm still working on the cake pop.
there.
But I've done other stuff in the meantime, too.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
else did I work on?
that's what I said. I can't work on multiple projects at one time.
Oh, I worked on the ugly fabric challenge. I worked on that, and I finished up my Christmas star. I got that
Mhm.
all done. I still have to sandwich it and quilt it.
Well,
But
I plan on working on 1 quilt. I have not decided which one I'm working yet. And then I have the build a quilt that's coming up. So I want to work on the build a quilt.
I ordered another pattern from Beverly McCullough.
Mhm.
She has a pattern every month that's for $5.
Mhm.
and I ordered it. And even with the shipping, it's still around $10, $11 for the whole thing. So I'm still paying like regular price, except it includes the shipping.
Mike says he cleans off his plate too. I guess Jess is not going to do the butterfly.
Well, I may not end up doing it. I may do something else because I don't have a huge fabric stash.
Jess, I have 160 flying keys to do with that kit today. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of flying keys. And then Melanie is making a flannel top for her grandson, layer cake plus yardage. I don't mind the layer cake plus a background, but when they have, this one has a layer cake and then different type, because some fabrics, some things you can't do scrappy if you don't have enough yardage for certain specific parts of it.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the sashing all the same, you have to have enough yardage for that. And
Yeah, this thing has uh yardage for the blocks, the big blocks that are in it.
mhm.
The big
No,
blocks.
Lori Holt had a pattern for her butterflies that I think she did on her YouTube series. And I think that was just her fabric and background. I don't think she did any sashing on it.
Rob.
Yeah, yeah, Zaza, I agree. When you get into too many other fabrics that you're introducing
Yeah.
to the layer cake, then you may as well have just bought some yardage.
This is the background here.
Mhm.
And then you still have three more
Mhm.
yardages in addition to the layer cake. Mona said she bought 2 layer cakes for it.
I don't think that two-layer cake it's going to handle that background cutting.
I don't either.
But I don't know.
I think I
I
think
just
this
kind of
one
looked
is
at.
just going to get put to the side and I'm going to find something else to do. I have
Hey,
others here.
Maritza, how are you?
Good morning, Maritza.
You can have too much stash if your stash doesn't match, I think, because I am on a mission to use all my spare fat quarters and all my scrap pieces before I start anything with my fabric that matches my lines, my fabric lines. So my build a quilt, I'm going to actually do all scrappy because I have a lot of yardage that go together. And then I have a lot of bits and pieces yardages, like a yard and a half of things. I got this one fabric that I need to send to Debbie in Quilt Fate. I don't know what I thought of when I bought it from Soya, and I actually bought it. It was not mystery, but I bought it, and they got here. I'm like, what in the road am I supposed to do with this? It got little demons or something riding on motorcycles. Yes, Zaza. I have some pretty fabric that has been sitting on my shelf forever because I don't want to cut into it. It's just pretty. It
Yep.
is there.
Yep.
It will be antique fabric soon. It will be vintage fabric soon.
I have another 3-yard quilt almost all cut up. I could work on that while they do this other.
Mm, yeah. And then, too, Mona may not have looked at the extra yardage. as well. She might have
Well,
just saw the layer
that's
cake
where I
part.
went first because I went,
Mhm.
how much yardage and stuff is here? And then I'm looking, I'm going, my God, there's 4 different yardages here.
So Sharon, remind me, have you all used the Vegas strips yet from Soya? Have you purchased and used Vegas strips from Soya? I'm just kind of waiting for the answer because it is 6-inch strips that is with the fabric. And I was just wondering because there are not very many quilt things that you cut 6 inches into. Yeah, 30 sets of 30 sets of Vegas strips. So, yeah, I was just, yeah, I think you might have a problem. 30 cents because they just started selling Vegas strips, what, a year ago? And I've got 2 Vegas strips, and I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to buy some yardage to go with it because it actually isn't enough once you start cutting into it. I actually need some fabric to go with it. Yes, Andrea, it is so easy. And I bought something the other day I did not know I bought. I'm was on Soya and I didn't plan on buying it. It was their Christmas sale and I must have purchased something, put a number in there when I was talking to my granddaughter or something because I got invoiced for it. Don't know what happened. I was just doing it. Just I was playing Minecraft with my granddaughter and I was listening to so yeah, and I think I purchased something. I don't know what it was. So it will be a surprise when it gets here. It is Christmas fabric.
Andrea, I watched them one time and I had to shut them off because the chaos that they have really irritated me. They're all talking at once and I'm like, oh my God. And they go really fast. So,
But I love it. Oh
so
gosh, I
I
love
quit
it.
watching them.
Yeah, I love it. I love just to entertain. I like having them listening to it when my husband's watching something else and I like listening to it. My problem is I say I'm going to watch them but it's like some other places too because I've watched some other places and just can't resist purchasing. When Rita comes on, sometimes she'll have a fabric line and I'm over there, okay, I need some of this or I need some of that.
Yep, yep.
So I
She,
just,
she's got a couple different lines that I like, but
yes, Mike.
I just can't buy everything because I don't have no place to put it.
Mike, I think I must have felt like I was at work. I wasn't really paying attention because a lot of times I'm just typing when I'm listening, transcribing something and or making notes and I think I did that on my phone, but I did get invoiced. So I have to be very careful cuz I'm subconsciously bought purchasing now and that's not healthy.
She's nutso for fabric on soya.
Andrew, I know that's got to be difficult because it does. There's a lot of confusion when you get on Zooms that have a lot of people. I prefer Zooms that do not have more than 6 people on it so you can hear everybody
Yeah,
talking or in smaller rooms. I remember one time I was in Becca's Zoom, and this was 2 years ago or something. And there was so much chaos on that Zoom. There was because Becca's big, Becca's got a big following and she has big
yeah.
membership. And that Zoom, there was so much chaos. There was so much. I felt sorry for her because she had to manage all that chaos.
When I get in on a Zoom, I'm very quiet. I talk more with Lisa than anybody because it's just her and me. Even if you add just one more person to our little panel up here, I quit talking.
And here you told us you were sick on Hollywood.
I was sick. Oh my God, I was sick for almost a month. I just finally got my voice back. It wasn't last Friday. Must have been the Friday before when I finally got my voice back. Otherwise, I was way down here. And half the time, the voice didn't come out anyway.
Yeah.
So now I'm not completely back, but at least I have the giggle back.
Yeah, you were giggling the other day.
Yeah.
You were giggling a lot.
Mona was being really funny.
Yeah, so I have some Vegas strips and I don't know what to do. The good thing is they are putting in Vegas strip patterns out on their website. And so yeah, does offer Vegas strips, and they offer classes that doesn't cost anything. You can get on one of their Zoom calls, on one of their Zooms, sign up for one of their Zoom classes. And then they also have the recording of it, I believe, where you can go back and watch somebody, somebody show how to sew something. But they all talk alike. So if you listen to them, they all talk the same way. Are the deals that good on So Yeah? I watched once and didn't feel the prices were great. If you do a Saturday night D-stash, it's pretty good. I mean, it's $7 now a yard. It used to be 6, but it's $7 a yard. The industry, everything is just, the prices are crazy now. It's like quilting com, but there isn't the individual makers. That must be Zaza and that quilt show she went to, the Festival of Quilt.
Yeah, Mike has a huge infatuation with Tiakum.
Shh. Somebody might be listening.
I'm always teasing him about it.
Yeah. Well,
I always tease him about it.
Yeah, Brody's kind of rough. He's the one that he cracks the whip over there.
How much is their shipping?
It is $5 flat shipping.
Oh, okay.
So $5 flat shipping on whatever you order. It used to be, and I don't remember, wasn't it, didn't it at one time, if it was $100 or more, you got free shipping?
Yeah.
I don't remember because
a lot of places do that.
Hey, Schlick Stitches.
Hi, Hattie.
She's on your channel. But yeah, so, and I went to the estate sale that I got my table from yesterday. I'll be able to sew on my featherweight, just going off a tangent again here, and actually do a live sew on my featherweight now that I have that table. But they had, Maritza, if you're still listening, they had a closet full of yarn. She had antique yarn. She had, I mean, this, and I'm glad I don't crochet, but there was a closet full of yarn. Some of it had not been opened some of it. I mean, just I was going through it like, where's the material? Where's the cotton? Where's the quilting stuff? Where's the sewing
Yeah.
stuff? Hey, Joyce, great you're back. But I'm like, where's all the sewing stuff? But she was a crocheter. So
Uh,
she had tons and tons and tons of, oh no, yarn does not do anything for me. I might get a piece. I tried the crochet thing. I'm not good at it. I make it way too big and it will tent my house. I don't know where to stop. Yeah. I
I
don't
made
crochet.
I made an Afghan for my husband. I
Mhm.
started it a couple years after we got married. I
Mhm.
started it, and I got it almost done, and then I put it away in the closet. And 18 years later, I finally finished it.
So does anybody see, I crocheted before, sewing too, and I gave all my crochet stuff to my daughter so she can keep her hands busy while she's at work. But does anybody use doilies anymore? I don't, because I remember the really pretty doilies that my grandmother and stuff used to
My
make.
grandma used to make them too. I have
But
some of hers.
but I don't know if people use doilies anymore. I mean,
I still use them. I use my grandma's.
thank you, Eddie. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
Hetty. Now, are you subscribed to me though?
she's on your channel.
Is she?
Yes.
I can't tell the difference on this screen.
Yeah, we need to invent them. I want you to invent the I want you to invent the hydraulic system for me. Then you can go and invent a modern doily. Invent the hydraulic system for me so I have more
Yes.
storage. If you have, you know what, if I was oh, Fallon's husband probably could go ahead and create
Yeah,
one.
he could do it.
Sell it on his site.
Matt could do it. And he could do it in really fast too.
Yeah, but I
But
want
yeah,
you to
I
create
need
that.
to get the
I need a Norman.
I
Yeah.
need I need shelves on this wall too for my books. So I need a pretty wide shelf and I need a really sturdy one.
So, Mike, let me just say that my husband, I
Yes,
guess,
Hetty, I have been subscribed to you
hey,
since the first
Mona.
day I met you.
So, my husband, I keep saying I want to go and get a she shed
Mona!
or or a cottage, and he does not want me to go outside. He wants me to be in the house, even if I'm in this room with him.
Yeah,
I mean, in this separated, he
yeah,
wants me to be in the house with him. And
yeah.
so he puts up with my fabric buying and everything else because he wants me to be in the house with him. He's, but we were talking about some type of system, and he has no clue how he would do that. I really want something that, because, I could utilize my ceiling space. I could utilize the ceiling space in my bedroom, the kids' room, because they're not going to miss that ceiling space. So it could be extra storage for me. Yeah, Zaza, my husband is he can do certain things, and there are certain things like my husband can do the basics on a car. He can never fix a car. He is not a mechanic. So you know
My
how you
husband
have
can work on the old cars, but it's his language when he works on cars. Because Oh my lord! I didn't know he could cuss that much until he was changing the oil on one of the cars, and I'm like,
Mike, I'm short. As long as I have about a half a foot where I can walk without having to crouch, I'll be fine. I'll
I
be
was gonna
fine.
say she can get a lot more room up above her than I can
Yes, I
because
I
I am
am
much
short.
taller.
I don't care if it closes in. I will be like Rob and live in a she cave. I will live in the she cave. I don't need. Oh, and then if it had lights and I could drop those lights so I could see,
Yes,
y'all,
yes.
y'all.
That's why I like this light here. I can move it all over the place.
Yes. So somebody invented. I will be your first customer. You just invent it, build it, bring it down from the ceiling, and you could hang quilts from there. Can you imagine how pretty it would be? Somebody has to have something like that. Y'all need to do some research because I wouldn't know what I'm looking for. I'm hung up on that now because I need more fabric. Plus, and I started buying antique aprons. So I need a place to hang my antique aprons. I'm going to need.
You're gonna need a little rod someplace.
So,
My
honey,
husband,
I don't want a pulley system. I want something hydraulic because I'm short, so I want to be able to just touch it and it recesses back up into the ceiling.
he's always saying, "I don't care about none of your sewing stuff. As long you can get whatever you want, as long as you're happy and you
Mona,
stay out of my way."
Mona,
But
there's nothing behind the sheet. I just hung a different thing for my design wall. I bought an inexpensive table thing because the one I have back there, the expensive one, it doesn't stick. Nothing sticks to it. It always falls down. So nothing. I'm preparing for my build a quilt. Although I might have another quilt. Hey, yo, Patty. I may have another quilt
hi, you,
started
Patty.
and finished before we do the build a quilt.
Even though my husband says that he don't care about my YouTube stuff,
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, I was watching somebody yesterday and he walked in the room and he says, "Who's that? I've never seen you watch them before." And I'm like, "I watch them all the time. You're not in here hardly at all, and I've always got somebody on." And he's like,
Oh,
"I need to know who they all are."
oh, let me tell you, my granddaughter last week or something, whenever we were on a live, um, she has good hearing. You know, little kids have good hearing. She has good hearing. And she said, I heard every word you guys were talking about. You old people just talk about nothing. She's 10 years old. She said, you old people just talk about nothing. And I'm like, well, she's so funny. She's her papa's pride and joy. She can't do it. Oh, she eats a lot too, and they all do. They all eat a lot. But she had had some Doritos, and it was supper time, and she was supposed to eat supper. Oh, it was Friday night. It was Friday night, and she was supposed to eat supper, but she came out and asked her papa, "Can I have an ice cream cone?" And her papa was like, "Yeah." And I said, "No, she needs to eat some food first." He
She
goes,
needs
"You
some
leave."
real food.
And he's like, "You leave that baby alone. Let her eat what she wants to eat." Today is technically the last day for the Fat Quarter Challenge at 12 o'clock. There wasn't that many entries, but I'm going to drop. I'm gonna start dropping the pictures with the identifying number or alphabet tomorrow, Rob. So your chances of winning are going to be very great. They're going to be very good.
Rob, I entered it, and I had a really hard time finding a fat quarter because I don't buy ugly fabric.
Good morning, Charlotte. How are you?
But I found one that was ugly enough.
He was strict with my daughter. Oh, but she is so much like my daughter. She's mouthy like me, but she is so much like my daughter that I go around calling her my daughter's name all the time. I call her out and she'll just come up with her little sassy self and she goes, I am not your daughter. I am your granddaughter. And anytime she wants something, she runs to her papa and her papa's like, just let that baby have what she wants. And
Uh-huh.
he told, she wanted to stay another week. He goes, she can stay as long as she wants. You tell her, we'll just go buy her clothes. She doesn't need to go home.
Good morning, Charlotte. Hey, good morning, Joe. I didn't even see you here.
Um, af- After that call, my husband then said that was an odd call, lots of dead air time. I'm on video calls all the time and I really do not talk. I just listen to what they have to say because every time I start talking, they like to volunteer me for things. So I learned not to say anything.
Well,
And
like I told Lisa before we came live, I said I just don't say a whole lot on the when we're on Zooms. I don't say a whole lot. You'll hear me giggle, but I don't say a whole lot.
mhm. Are you going to be on the Zoom today? Are you going to free motion quote with me today?
Yeah.
You are. So if you're going to be on the, if you are going to join me on the Zoom, and I have to set up the Zoom, and I will put the link. And y'all, I'm really struggling here because it's for security reasons. I prefer not to put
Mona,
since
it's different with you.
for security reasons, I prefer not to put the link in my community, but not everybody has the opportunity to get to the email, email it. And I want as many people to join, but I don't want to do memberships. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep my channel free for memberships, but I still want to keep it secure. So if you guys know how to, I could drop if everybody is on your Discord, Mona. I could drop it on your Discord because I have not set up mine. Um, I really haven't looked at the Discord. You have not, Mike. But so what I think I'm gonna do, so if
Zaza
you're all
wants
listening,
in too.
yeah, if y'all are listening, I am going to set the Zoom up. I'm going to put it in the community to probably after this live, and then I'm gonna take it down after today. Um, I mean, once you do a Zoom call, that Zoom link is no longer good, but I'll probably have to set it up a little different where you can't enter until I get there. I have to admit you just to keep everything safe. We don't want some
Make
streaker.
sure they have their cameras on before you let them up. That's the
Yeah, we don't want anybody. We don't want Jose to show
no
up.
Izzo. His name is Izzo lately.
Oh yeah, we don't want him in here. So, but I'm gonna put the link. It's at 1 o'clock at Eastern time, Eastern time, 1 to 3. And we are going to free motion quilt. So you will need to have something sandwiched together, a dark piece of, scrap fabric, a light piece. You on on your you will need dark or light thread on the top and a contrasting color on the back because you're going to have to be able to see how it pulls when you're doing it. You'll be awake then, Mona. I think it's 1 hour, Mona. I think you and Deb are 1 hour difference for me.
No, Mona's in your time zone.
Is Mona my time zone?
Mona's Eastern. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 1 o'clock, Mona. But yeah, you'll just have to have it'll be easier if you already have your piece of whatever you're going to work on. It is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to post the link on my community page. So look for the link in about an hour. I didn't set that up beforehand. And then I will just remove that post once we start so it's not there.
Sharon, just come when you can.
Mona, you need to do it. You just need to do it. No, it is free motion quilting on your
On the
machine.
domestic.
On your machine. And your domestic, yes. It's just free motion quilting just so you don't have to do the straight line quilting with your walking feet all the time. It's, you know, Hollywood Squares is September 2nd at 8 p.m. That's Monday, Labor Day, Monday. And
Yep.
so Hollywood Squares is then. I already have it set up. So
Yep. I've already got my notification on.
Yeah, it's already set up. I did put that out there.
Oh, Melanie's fancy. She has a mid-arm.
Easy lift for the overhead storage. She has a mid-arm. Well, they have cutie frames. I don't know where I would put even a cutie frame. Wait, easy lift for the overhead storage. Easy
I have
lift.
a cutie frame, but I haven't brought it in this room yet. Eventually,
I don't know where you gonna put it.
It's gonna go on this white table.
Deb, you need some overhead storage too. You need
I
a
know.
pneumatic pull-down storage.
I know. I have an 8-foot ceiling. I'm 5'9", so I have room. I could shove stuff up there. I almost slipped again.
You didn't get any notifications, Zaza? So I'm going to look at that easy thing, and then I'm going to have to find a very tall person to install it for me. Very tall.
Well, I have the cutie frame, Melanie, but I want to learn how to do it on my regular sewing machine.
I prefer to do it. I don't know if I'd like a long arm. I probably would. If I'm gonna have to sandwich that quilt together anyway before I put it on anything. Yeah, so we're gonna do that at 1 o'clock, and I will
1
get
to 3.
1 to 3. And then if you are a member of Donnell's channel, I think she has a Zoom today at 2 to 7.
I think it's 2 to 7.
Yeah, 2 to 7. You have a grace frame? Yeah. I don't have the space or the money for the long arm.
I don't either.
But I am saving money to invest in a bigger domestic one that does embroidery. I looked at some embroidery machines. Who does? Who does what? What? Mona? Who does what? Who does what? What is Mona talking about? Yeah. Oh, Mona, that's because Deb is on her channel.
I'm streaming too.
Trying to give her some things. But yeah, I don't want to offer memberships, and I struggle because I don't think you should always have to email me for everything. Is that the $20,000 one, Rob, that you were talking about? The new brother that's $20,000? That's a little steep. That's a little steep.
Yeah, you can get a real long arm for that.
But I do want a something a little bit bigger. I want to be like Mike. I want to have his big old machine. I have a Shore Stitch Elite Regulator for sale, newish. What is a Shore Stitch? Hey Gladys,
Good morning, Gladys.
I have a Shore Stitch Elite Regulator. What is a Shore Stitch Elite? I feels like an idiot. Yes, Lisa, be like Mike. Yes, I want a bigger machine, Mike.
I would like to have a machine that embroiders too, but I can't afford that either.
I do. I've been looking and oh, it has a stitch regulator like the Bernina's. Oh, okay. I've been looking and my daughter was looking for me. And actually somebody had a featherweight. There's two featherweights out there for sale. And I think it was on Mona's live that I commented about it, but somebody had a featherweight for sale. And of course, it was on Facebook Marketplace. And I don't have Facebook. So my daughter goes out and she looks for things for me. And I asked her about the featherweight and asked them if they could drop the price a little bit. Because I looked at the picture and it's a white featherweight and there's some rust on it and it really needs some cleanup. She wanted $400 for it. And I asked my daughter if she could check into it for me if they would drop the price. And she was like, I just literally just dropped the price, blah, blah, blah. Well, my daughter didn't know. She was just checking in for me. The
Yeah,
woman
she
was
should have
rude,
jumped on her.
but I wouldn't buy that because you have to put some money into fixing it.
Uh-huh.
With the rest, you would actually need to get it painted. I would have to send it to So Terry. So Terry, we're
Yeah,
not.
yeah. So Terry would fix it up.
That's right, Zaza. That was too much for rust. And I said, well, she comes down. And I saw somebody else where somebody had a another featherweight, and I think it was a black one, and it needed some work. And they wanted 400 just because that's the prices they're expensive when you look around. Not, but I don't think they realize that these machines that are a little higher price work and they're
They
functioning,
work and they look good,
and then you have to invest the money to refurbish them, whatever, but you can use them. I don't want to buy something with rust on it for no $400 and then have the woman be rude. But that was all to say that somebody was selling the Brother P900, and she said it was brand new. It was to a consignment shop, and they wanted it $50 less than the brand new one. And I told my husband if it's going to be $50 less, I may as well get the brand new one because then I would have the warranty. When you buy something from consignment, there's no warranty. And I said, they got to drop on some of these prices just because it's. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait for my embroidery machine. I'm going to go ahead.
oh, Rob's getting anxious.
Where is it at? Is it coming today, Rob?
Yeah, he says it's almost there.
Woohoo! Woohoo! I like the featherweight. It's cute. It's just a throwback to, your grandparents. Probably why I'm into collecting aprons right now. I mean, whatever. I'm going to start wearing aprons on Monday nights when I do my Monday Night Live. I like my Janome. I really gotta say I like my Janome, but I want to update my Janome. I want to get a newer, bigger Janome. When I bought my Janome, it was what I could afford.
I have two brothers, and I love them. One is just a straight stitch and a zigzag. That's all it does. Now, the one that I've been using, it has all the fancy stitches. But
Mona,
I would
I
like to have an embroidery machine too.
didn't Donnell say she had an industrial
I
that
think so.
she was selling because she doesn't get along with it? The industrial is the one that you have to use your knee for, or your leg, right? Your thigh for. My featherweight is an Everzone. I received a brand new. Yeah, I like my Janome. You don't hear a lot. I always hear about brothers and Jukies and stuff, but I'm really pleased with my Janome. And that is what I will replace her with. When I replace her, she will be my back. The one I have, my Owiza, will be my backup. And then I will get rid of some of my other ones. Oh, she has an industrial, but not a walking foot. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I want to be like Mike. I want to get me a big old fancy one. Mike has a very big old fancy.
Oh, 3 minutes
3 minutes.
away.
We are going to just hang in there with you, Rob. We're gonna get excited when the doorbell rings. Ah, those Genomes are expensive though. They can get up there. Rob, get the confetti cannon. Oh, the sale rates are the same size as regular machines. I see a lot of industrial machines for sale on Facebook, but I was really looking for something bigger, and I do not want to buy it used. I want it to have a manufacturer warranty on mine. When you spend that much money, you want to be able to have a warranty in case something breaks. Handy Quilter is offering 0% interest on the Amara long. I just don't have a place for a long arm. I wish I did.
Yeah, I wish I did.
And my husband has not won the lottery yet. But you bingo winners, you can send me out some money.
I could use a place for a long arm if I got rid of all the games that we have in the basement and the washer and dryer. I'd have to get rid of all that stuff in order to put a long arm in.
The shop I got mine from sells them to people in the US as they are cheaper here and come with all the accessories included.
Good morning, Jamie.
Wow. Yeah, buy a new one so they could drop it off. Good morning, Annette. Good morning.
Stereo.
Is it here yet, Rob? Is it here yet? Can you hear the wheels? Did the truck pull up?
Did it come down the street? Did it turn the corner for your street?
It's
I'm
here.
gone. It's here.
It says I'm gone. It's here. That means he'll have sound. He will have sound when he's on with us again.
We got the sound fixed after our last Hollywood Squares.
Oh.
Because he was on with Katie and his mic was all working.
Yay. So anyway, I think I have an errand to do. I need to set up the Zoom. So look for it on the community here in about 15-20 minutes. I'm going to set up the Zoom. If anybody wants to free motion quilt, again, go ahead and sandwich it so we don't have to. Well, it doesn't really matter. You can sit there and watch. If you want to just join and talk, that's fine too.
Or you
Shouldn't
can
be. I
join
wouldn't mind.
in sew something
Um,
else.
yeah, you can join and sew something else. It doesn't matter. And if you have a lot of experience and you want to join free motion quilting and you can teach us a few things, Mike, how many stitches per minute for those of you who have the bigger Janome? How many stitches per minute do they sew? Because mine tops out at 1200, and I think I want something just a little faster. Oh, the free motion quilting Zoom is today. The
Hollywood
Hollywood
Square.
Squares is on Labor Day at 8 o'clock at night on Monday, 8 o'clock, September 2nd. 15. Okay. Okay. And which one did you have again, Mike? I gotta write yours down. So I need to look at this easy lift. Because I might just have to finance one, like a car. And that way I don't have to wait for years and years and years and break it in before the 9850 memory craft. I'm gonna have to look on that. And so I'm assuming it's 11 inches, 12 inches. Hollywood Squares, I have to leave by 10. Do you need me to write you an excuse, Mona, for that day? Yours was under yours was under 2000. Mine was more than 2000. Shouldn't say. Mine was on. I'm gonna have to look at yours though. Yes, the free motion quilting. I will put a link on my community tab once I set it up. We were discussing this, and so you'll have to show your picture to get in. You don't have to have it on. You will not have to have your video on. Once we get started, you will need your picture because I'm not doing memberships, so it's going to kind of be stuck out there for anybody to see. Um, but we want to keep it safe, so I will put it in it.
Lisa has to make sure you're not going to show something you shouldn't.
Right. I don't want you to be Jose. No, Jose.
Izzo. It's Izzo.
Izzo. No, Izzo.
Izzo. Izzo. Izzo.
Hey, Hugo.
Hi, Huga Homestead.
You could use a lift in the morning. I can write you a note. I have good doctor's handwriting. I've forged many a doctor's signature for them. The 9850 and it's replaced okay. I'm going to look at it because there is the place I bought my sewing machine from was in Alabama, and it's a big sewing center. But there is also a new Janome / Bernina dealer that opened up. It's about 2 hours away from me, and that's where I'm going to get this one serviced. And I may take a look at that time to see what they have. I don't want to trade mine in because I like mine. I would like to just get a different one so that way I have two dependable machines. You don't miss work. I don't miss work too. I think in this 4 years I've worked at this place, I've only been out sick once. But when you work from home, you really don't have a choice. If you're sick, it's like, who's going to catch a cold? You work a little slower, but I don't miss work either. My daughter doesn't miss work either.
Can you tell I've been cleaning in here? Because, look, I've been piling everything over here.
Mhm. Melanie, I want an
Every time
embroidery
I need
machine.
it, I shove it over there.
I want an embroidery machine too. I want one that embroiders and sews, and I know Janome has one that does both. Um, because if I'm embroidering something, I can always pull out my old Janome just for sewing and just sew on the other side of the table.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
But sometimes I wish when I work, there's more to life than work. And there's a lot of things I gave up because I had to show up for work. And I probably should have my priorities a little bit more straight because at the moment you leave, they've got your replacement. Yeah, I like my gym. Go to auctions, something more than 5x7. That's what I've been seeing is a lot of 5x7s. And I really want one of those bigger hoops. And
Yeah.
I can't remember who was telling me about a Janome, and that was almost $3,000 for the embroidery machine for a Janome. So if I can combine it and do have an embroidery machine with that sews with a bigger throat space, that would be good. I have 5, Melanie. I have 5 machines. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 machines because I have my treadle.
Good God. I
Yeah.
thought I was. I have 2.
Uh-huh.
That's it. No, I take that back. I got 3 now because I got my mother-in-law's in the basement. I haven't brought it up here yet because I don't have no room.
Yeah, I have 6 machines. I have my everyday. You have 1 machine? I have well,
I don't even know if the other machine works.
I have 2 singers, and one of the singers that's what my granddaughter sews on. The other one I just need to get rid of because it's worthless. But I bought that one during COVID when you couldn't get a sewing machine and I was making masks because the machine I had actually broke. It was 30 years old and it actually broke on me. And I need to get rid of that. And then I've got my vintage machine. So I just kind of count it all together. So I have 6 machines. And if I get another one, then I'll have 7. One was a surprise and it never left the box. What kind of machine is that, Jess? Wow. Featherweight was a gift. You better start by. You just have to collect the machines. That's it. Now, but I haven't sewn on my treadle yet, and my treadle is actually in my living room. I have not sewn on the treadle yet. I still need to buy a belt. It's not a priority, but I still need to get a belt for the treadle. And I have another. I have I have 3 vintage machines. So yes, you cannot. You must buy the machines and just store them. You don't use them. Your treadle is used as a table in my house. My treadle that I purchased is in my living room, and that's what my husband puts his things on. He puts his stuff from work and everything on that table, and I put mail to go out and everything else. Wait, what did Jess have that she didn't open up?
She won a machine from Handy Quilter.
You want an older vintage machine? Just you can find them. We were just talking about them. Sometimes they're just too expensive. Um, and you can buy a featherweight from the featherweight shop. It's like this big. this big thing. Isn't it the first day of the month where they open up their featherweight sales? And oh my gosh, some of them are $2,000. You were gifted an old Minnesota treadle machine. My treadle machine is for the zombie apocalypse. So I need to go ahead and get that belt because nothing is going to stop me from quilting during the apocalypse. Yes, open it. Open it. Yeah, they're expensive, but you can get one if you look at Facebook, you can get one. There was one that we were talking about that the woman wanted too much money because it had some rust in it. I purchased my featherweight for $100. Actually, it was a little less than $100 because I was getting my machine serviced by a local person. He's older and retired, and he does sewing machine. And I happened to go in one day when I was getting service, and I said, "Hey, if you ever find an old featherweight, can you give me a call?" Because I really wasn't expecting him to have any. And he just happened to purchase one in a case the day before, and he sold it to me. He said that he worked on it for a little while, cleaned it up and stuff, and then my husband replaced some parts, but I purchased mine for $100. And so if you try to sell me one for $400 with rust on it, I wouldn't be happy. The one I
I was gonna
bought,
say, it ain't gonna happen.
yeah, the one that I purchased had no rust on it. I mean, it was really, really pretty. Look, everybody just wants you to get it out of the box, Jess. You need to do
Yes,
an
doing
unboxing.
live and doing box opening.
Yes, you just got to do a live now. We all want you to open.
Yep, yep.
Next time we're going to talk about crickets and everything else because I'm interested in purchasing something like that. But um I need some help, some guidance with that because I wouldn't know what I'm purchasing.
Good morning,
Open the
Kim.
box. I want to see it.
Good morning, Kim.
Jess, you're just going to have to do a video. We want to see it. We're like kids now. Open it, open it.
Yeah. We'll help you rip
Yes,
it open.
backstories are good. We like backstories. Good morning, Yearning for a Smile. How are you doing? Had to correct my spelling. It's early. That's okay. It's early for all of us. Some of us are just early risers. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm probably going to go ahead and, like Mona says, we're going to do our goodbye tour. I need to go ahead and set up the Zoom call. And Jess, a scan and cut works with brother sewing machines and can do more than a circuit. Oh, y'all need to put that when the thing ends, when the video live ends, you need to put that in the description so because I won't remember all these things. But I'm actually looking for something for that will do it to help with some applique pieces and things like that. And I
Yep.
just need some advice because I don't know what to get and I just don't want to buy. The Elna Cricut is vintage green sewing machine. Oh, okay. You have 3 circuits. I need a good YouTube teach on how to quilt with it. Yeah, you have 3. Wait, I have 3 crickets or circuits?
Crickets, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I need to learn. So anyway, I am going to we are going to say goodbye. I think Donna comes on live here shortly. We're going to
Yeah.
say goodbye. I got to set up the Zoom, so look for the link if you want to join the Zoom. in the next 15 or 20 minutes on my community tab. And then Jess is going to go off and make a video about unboxing and with her backstory, and we're all going to look for that. Um, and I think that is it for those of you who are going to be on the Zoom. I will see you at 1 o'clock. Everybody else, I will see you around in the lives somewhere, chatting, listening,
Yeah,
lurking.
yeah.
But I had fun. Thank you. Got some things my husband can spend money on me for, like a easy lift, a new sewing machine. Got it all. But we will see y'all later. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Gladys. Bye.
Bye bye
Ending.
bye.